Hello and welcome once again to the 2021 Snooker 19 Community World Championship. Today we've got a match between MrDeano and Sam-Millers88. Dino is representing Judd Trump, and as you can see, Sam Millers in a very expressive outfit there is representing Ricky Walden, who is probably getting a nosebleed being this far into a competition. But I'm delighted to be joined by my original co-commentator from last year's World Championship, Chin Chinny. How are you doing?
Hello. You alright?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been all too long, and I couldn't believe that we haven't commentated on this tournament until now. You were saying that you thought I didn't like you or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if you didn't like me. It's fine.
Yeah.
But no, it's exciting. And, yeah, it's like you say, it's good to see Ricky Walden go so deep in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, he's been... Well, I haven't seen a lot of him the last couple of years, but he used to be, a solid top 16 player, and it's good to see his face and his gold waistcoat make a return in this match.
Yeah, absolutely.
But these two players, I can't call this one. Sam Millers has currently got the high break in the tournament, 135. I don't think he's dropped a frame yet in this tournament.
Wow.
And MrDeano, one of the seeded players. I hope if Dino's watching, he doesn't take offence to this. But I would say he's probably the most improved player since last year's tournament, in the fact that I think he's now up there with Halborn and Rainey Lamb, whereas I think he was in that sort of second tier potentially last year.
Yeah,
but he's constantly doing well in the online seasons, and he's got a chance here to maybe show what he's made of.
Yeah. This is a chance that the real Judd would love.
Yeah, and he's wearing a strange outfit as well. So they're all about the expressive fashion.
Are they just trying to bedazzle each other?
Yeah, well, possibly. I mean, look at that gold waistcoat. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's what I would do if I was a professional snooker. I'd just wear it like all pink or something, just to really throw him off.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going for the blue, which is it's a tough shot. But
it's a classic Snooker 19 shot. It's one you would never ever dream of playing that in real life. You'd probably just tuck him up behind the black, but
definitely
6.
But he's gone for the blue, and if he takes a pot on from here, that'll be very risky.
Yeah, he's got a shot. He might have a shot to nothing on this red.
Oh, I don't know. It's a cap special, and I wouldn't be taking that on. So
yeah.
But
if you wouldn't be taking it, you love a shot to nothing as well. I
love those type of shots, and
if you're refusing it, then all right, I'll stand corrected. But,
well, it looks like Dino's refusing it as well. I really don't like these type of safety shots where you could potentially end up going into the back of the pack. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah,
that's well played.
They might be that was a good shot actually, but they might be worried because just in case you open up the reds, that's the biggest danger with those. Like you just kick.
6.
You've only got to kick one red out, and that could be the end of the frame.
Well, exactly. I mean, with the players left in the competition now, any of them can score century breaks, and that's the big difference between now and this time last year. Like, we were laughing at how poor the quality was last year.
It's entertaining though, Joe.
It was entertaining, but getting a 40 break was like getting a 147 last year. So, that's a big difference now. People can win it in one visit, and anyone can beat anyone, especially over best of 5. I would say. But yeah, if you're not fancied getting your old cue out after seeing these boys.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't. I've had a few messages since these commentaries have been coming out, because I haven't. For people that don't know, I've got a YouTube channel and I did some Snooker 19 stuff, and I haven't touched it for a while, and it's not because I never want to again, or it's not like I didn't like doing it or anything. I've just gone off playing video games in general. I haven't really played much of, and snooker 19 I haven't really played much of, but every week I go, I'm going to make one this week. You know, I'm gonna make one. I never do.
Yeah.
But you must get it yourself, Joe, because you play a lot of the same game all the time, don't you, on your channel? And you must get like an inkling of like, I just want to play, this new thing that I've got that like isn't anything to do with tennis or something.
Yeah, no, well, 100%, and that's something. I almost try and force myself into a lot of variety on my channel for that exact reason. And actually, my Snooker 19 career mode is coming to an end this weekend, so that I'll be moving on from it. But it's been 2 years since it came out now, and I've done 415 episodes on it. So.
I can't believe it's in 2 years since
I know.
It's been out. But I still like it. I look at this now and I feel like if I just switched it on and started playing, I'd enjoy it. With most games for me, it's just the selecting it in the menu and starting it is the difficult part. Once I'm playing it, I'm okay. But I will get back to it. As I said, I've had a few messages from people that were fans of my channel as well that have been listening to the commentary and going, are you back, Chinny? Are you back? Are you gonna make it? And I'm like, I don't know. Joe just asked me to do a thing and I'm doing a thing. So, but no, it's good to see, and I'm really pleased that we've built up like a bit of a Snooker 19 community really, and it's been nice and everybody's really nice. And MrDeano, you and me both have played MrDeano plenty of times, and it's good, and I do miss it a little bit. But I've just been so fascinated with real snooker, Joe. Like I've just fallen back in love with actual snooker, the sport itself. And,
I think it's been a cracking world championship, really. So that always helps.
Yeah, bit of a safety battle here, Joe.
I don't think either of our favourite things in Snooker 19, but I'm glad they haven't gone for the roll-up method. They're, at least trying to put each other in a little bit of trouble. And this could be a telling safety shot. I think it's just a bit hard, actually. Yeah. Unlucky.
But it's not a bad shot because it can force errors, I suppose. Even if they can see the reds, it can force Sam-Millers to just play a shot where he just misses the power bar. Maybe you're chancing it a little bit. You're teasing the other player, and it's an aggressive play.
Dino might take this red on. Sam Millers might take this red on into the left corner.
That's great. Yeah. Halborn goes for those kind of shots.
He does. Rainey is a lover of this sort of shot as well.
Yeah, but that wins them frames though. That's how they win all the time. He's just going for mad stuff like that. Yeah,
and I think that's the thing. It makes you look like an idiot if you miss it, but nobody ever mentions it if you pot it. So, but he is going for it. He's playing it a lot softer than Halborn would. And well, it could have been slightly worse. He's got the red to the right middle. The red over the corner's not that easy on this game, but
I don't know if he's tied the black up in both pockets, but certainly in one pocket, so that sort of limits his options. So it's going to be a fair bit of pink and blue, I think.
I think so, and all depends where the pink will spot as well. I might have been tempted to have a little look here, because if the pink spots, that's out of play as well. So.
It looks like that black might go in the left corner pocket. Oh well, I don't know actually. It's see, this is a situation where it's worth looking at this pack. It's you want to look at what colours are available to you.
I've just seen the pink spot is easily free.
Oh yeah, by a mile. Yeah.
It does amaze you sometimes how far the pink spot is up. I think when you see a cluster of reds, you assume that the pink spot is there, but But those are quite a bit below the pink spot. But playing the green here, which is the safe shot, coming back down table. Plenty of loose reds. You'd expect him to score 30 or 40 here at the very least.
Yeah, he needs to do some damage. I mean, I can't speak for Sam Millers, but yeah, I've played MrDeano plenty of times. Good player, and as you say, if he's improved like you say he is, then. Yeah, he's expected to do really well here, and it's a good first impression, first frame gets you, just like real snooker. Really, it's funny how similar the run of the ball works and how like confidence works in real snooker and Snooker 19. It's So you think it's sort of weird and silly, but it's true. Like you knock in a break and you feel better, and you start sort of seeing the angles better, and it's a strange thing, really, but it does work.
Yeah, and I think that the game doesn't get enough credit in that regard. I think it is very, very similar to real snooker, because you do need to be sort of in the groove for it. I would suggest, I don't know if this is true, but I would suggest maybe one of the reasons you haven't played is because it's been so long, and you probably know that when you load it up, you'll be struggling to make a 20 break or whatever. But
I think for me it's the Master Plus stuff where I feel like with Pro Plus I could probably jump on Snooker 19 now and give anybody a good game on Pro Plus, but with Master Plus I think you really got to practice. And when I think the first time I ever played Master Plus was last year's World Champions and Championship, and just after that I started playing Master Plus a lot more, and I was getting the feel for it, and I could start to, and it made me a much better Snooker 19 player. But I feel like I haven't played in Master Plus for so long that it would take me a good couple of weeks to sort of get back in the groove of it again, and I don't think I was prepared to do it, and I didn't want to mess up your even numbers as well, Joe. So that's the real reason.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered in the end anyway, but never mind. It's definitely an interesting point. I feel like I've got a lot better at Master Plus since well, because I moved my career mode to Master Plus. So.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. So I've been playing that.
Yeah, that'll make you way better. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, funnily enough, the in the first match of the season in a qualifier for the Riga Masters, I knocked in a 1-4-2 and a 1-3-8 in my first two frames. So I was like, why haven't I been doing this for longer? I mean, I've not really hit that sort of form since, but in the most recent season of the Snooker Club, I think I might have even had the most centuries out of anyone. So
I feel like any century rate in Master Plus is an achievement. It
is. Because you've got to keep control of the cue ball. That's the big thing.
Yeah, you just don't know where it's going, do you? That's like real snooker. And I think if you want to get better at Pro Plus, just play a few frames of Master Plus, because it makes you more aware of what you're doing with the power bar and the positioning. And I think when I went back down to Pro Plus, I was like, this is like easy mode now. I can't believe it.
Well, I think that the really good bridge to that is the master difficulty. Because that gives you a almost too easy potting aid, but it makes you learn the positional side a lot better, so that when you make the transition
23.
back to Master Plus, although your potting won't be there, your cue ball control will be. So but this is, as you said, this is a good chance for Dino to make an impression, and he certainly is at the moment. His cue ball control has been pretty much spot on for this break. This is his first sort of problem coming up here.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a key shot coming up here,
24.
really. He's only got, I think, one available red in one pocket.
Yeah, I think this red, from the sort of TV screen angle, it didn't look like it went into the left corner pocket, but I think it makes it slightly easier now. If he plays this with a little bit of top spin, come off the cushion and back over this side, I think he needs to play a little bit more top spin here, but we'll soon find out anyway.
I think this might do it, to be fair.
Yeah, I would have just liked to have been a little bit narrower there, because this is a tricky pot now.
30.
It is tricky, but he could have been a lot worse, and he's given himself.
He's playing the next
chance.
shot, and that's that's better than all other eventualities, really. So play this as a shot to nothing, probably. I wouldn't suggest it's worth fully committing to this.
No, you got to play up to the blue or the bulk colours, I think. Yeah. Ricky Walden looking on.
And he'll be happy to see that Dino's actually missed one, and Well, he's snuck out a red for a possible
third.
similar shot here. Shot to nothing.
Yep.
Now, I would be taking this one on.
Oh, this has got gel written all over it.
I'd be maybe looking at that other red, the sort of middle red, to see whether that went as well.
Yeah.
He's down playing this one. Oh no, he's just playing the safety. Fair enough. And it's a good one because there's no pots available and he can't get down the left hand side of the table, so something to think about here for Dino.
Yeah, it's still anybody's frame at the moment.
36 points last year. We'd have probably said, that's a pretty good lead, but it can very, very quickly go these days.
Yeah.
And this is what you were talking about, Chinny. This is risky because
yeah,
he could knock a red out here.
That's it.
I'm looking at there's sort of two plants onto one red in the bottom left corner of the cluster, and I think that's going to go towards the left corner here.
Yeah, it's potential.
Although he is playing it fairly soft, so maybe not.
I was watching the snooker the other day, Joe, and look, Stephen Hendry's really, really good at predicting what the pack's going to do when you go into it and stuff. I think I've never heard a commentator so good at, like, well, if he hits that red in the pack, that's going to push this one out and then create this. And I'm like, wow, he really breaks down what every ball is going to do in that pack. I was fascinated by that.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it probably shows why he dominated the game for so long. If you have that sort of understanding of what's going to happen, if you can predict that every time you're playing a shot, then you're going to do pretty well.
It's mad. Yeah, it's tightened up again, this frame.
It has done, but Sam Millers has definitely got the slight upper hand here, I would suggest, because he keeps blocking the escape down the left hand side. This is a thin one.
And again, I talked about this in the last commentary I did, but getting that power bar bang on point is so tricky. And I think when I was doing the commentary with Toby, like, time and time again, they were just nailing it, and I was like, that's so hard to do.
It is, yeah. When you see how thin it goes on those safety shots, it is very, very impressive. That's why the cut shot is probably the hardest shot in on this difficulty mode, full stop, because to get that power bar right is almost impossible every time, and they somehow do it. I must say though, I don't know if you've got a PlayStation 5, Chinny.
No, I don't have a PlayStation 5. No.
I've found the power bar slightly easier to hit on PlayStation 5 than on PS4, and I wonder whether the input lag is slightly less on a PS5,
possibly.
and maybe that's what it is. Or maybe it's just that the fact that I've practiced it a lot more now and I'm just better at it. But I still miss it, particularly when under pressure. But I do find it slightly more doable. But this doesn't want to flick off the red, and it has done.
Oh dear, that's exactly what you didn't want.
Well, Dino will be fairly encouraged by Sam's performance here. I would have suggested, like myself, looking at the breaks that Sam's made in this tournament, then he might have been a little bit worried, but
I don't like what he's doing here. He's putting maximum bottom.
I think he's trying to get half ball on the black, so he can go into them. It's not bad, but he'd be a brave man to take this on. Halborn would probably take this on. He did. He did one like this against you, didn't he? In last year.
Well, let's not talk about that. Yeah. He's just so dangerous. Halborn is. He's just. I was happy to take a frame off him, to be honest. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah. But I think best of threes last year for most of the competition, and it brought about surprise results, and you could have quite easily beaten Halborn on that day had you had the chances, and you just didn't get a chance those last two frames.
No.
But this is very risky from Dino. he's got to be careful. Is there potential plant into the green pocket? I've not seen. I don't know whether he went round to have a look, but
I don't think so. I think the red's pointing a lot more towards the brown than it is the green. But this is a tough shot. Yeah, it's paid off well.
Spread like butter.
Lovely.
Yeah, I mean this is bread and butter chance now for Dino. 44 points in front. I'd be very surprised if he didn't clinch the frame at this visit.
Yeah, it does put a little bit of pressure on you though, doesn't it? Because it's one of those situations where, I mean, it looks great. I mean, this is practice mode basically. You'd set the raids up like this for messing about on a table, but
9.
You know, you've got to be careful. Sometimes you can just put the white. You think, oh, I can put the white anywhere, I'm fine. But now and again, you'll just put the white somewhere where you think, oh, I actually can't see anything, and I don't know where that is right now, but like it has happened to me, where I think I'm absolutely golden. Doesn't matter where I put the cue ball, I'm fine, and then you just make a shot a little bit more
16.
awkward than it needs to be, and all of a sudden you're in trouble again. So.
And I think because it makes you really dial in the concentration and try too hard almost, because you know if you miss, you're leaving this chance for your opponent. It is a little bit more pressure. I think the fact he's 52 points in front will make him feel a lot more confident with it. I think if he was 52 points behind with this chance, it would be completely different. But
17.
Yeah, just speaking about who they've played before in the tournament. So Dino had a bye through to the quarterfinal, as he's one of the top 4 players in the Snooker Club Discord. He won his first match 3-0 in the second round.
Nice.
No breaks of note in that match. Looking back at Sam Millers, he joined the tournament in the first round as somebody that wasn't part of the Snooker Club
23.
Discord, but he beat Headless 2-1 in the first round in a decider, and got that 1-3-5 break, which is the highest break of the tournament so far. And then he went on to beat Lee Mack 147, who beat me in the first round with 131 and 123 breaks. So
damn.
He seems to be a very, very good player, and I'm sure we'll see
24.
more of that this match. But
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, Lee Mack against me didn't make a mistake. It was a little bit like Halborn last year.
Yeah,
not quite to the same extent, but
it's tough, isn't it? He
is.
played well, and there's not much you can do in that. It's one of those frames or matches where you go, you know what, I can walk away with my head up a little bit, because there's not much I did wrong, and that's how I felt last year. I don't know, I've just been outclassed really. What can you do?
This is frame ball coming up, I think, for Dino.
So a lot of players. I've noticed this in the last match. Is this a new trend where people just roll them in?
I think what I like to call it is the Rainy Lamb trend.
Why is it so popular? I hate it so much.
I think it's so you've got more control. Oops, I don't know why that popped up on our screen.
Subscribe to Joe.
That won't be on the final product.
Oh, you should leave it on now, because I've.
Yeah, well, okay, I will leave it on then.
Subscribe to him now. Okay.
Yeah, so I've certainly noticed when I've played Rainy Lamb, he's done that a lot. I don't know if he was the first to do it, but that's what I class as it. And I think it's just so you've got a little bit more control of where the cue ball's going. Oof.
I think it's
36.
I think it's negative.
Yeah, no, it is. But then, I think because screwbacks in particular are so hard to judge on this game. They're just like rolling them in like that. But
yeah,
it's not pleasant to watch,
42.
but gets the job done. So
it's in the first match I commentated on. It got the player in trouble a couple of times because you don't roll it enough. And see this thing, just play it off the cush, man. Like, what's the matter with you? Like, I don't know.
43.
Like, if you hit that harder, the white ball will square up a bit more. Hey, I'm not playing, so I can just moan and just say, hey, you're not playing it the way I want to play it. but they're the ones who were deeper than I ever got on this tournament last year. So.
And I think that's what it is. It's safe play, but at this point, you know, when you're 86 points in front, you don't need to play safe particularly. You know me, Chinny, I like to play a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, he played the right shot there, the screw shot, rather than just rolling it in and getting on the half ball black. But
he does he know how to get on the red here? Is he going to be okay?
Yeah, I think I'd probably be stunning it in and leaving it to the middle. If I have the cue ball near this cushion, I think it's a less risky shot than trying to, because you can leave yourself in between the red to the corner and the middle if you come sort of right of it. But well,
I'll be tempted to just play it natural ball, so just above middle, and just sort of play a little bit harder than that, I guess, when he's done.
58.
I think he's playing it to the corner, so
he'll get this. He should get this.
He should do. There's no chance of a century in this frame, but he'd like to clear them all up. He doesn't want to give Sam the chance to get into his rhythm a little bit. But
see this? Look at that. That's so dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, if you miss the power bar, well, not necessarily the power bar, but the ultimate sweet spot below, so the little blue area below the white circle, those can sometimes hang on the pocket if you hit them far too soft. So
61.
Well, he's done well, you know. Two nice breaks that have won in the frame.
Yeah.
Nothing, no massive dramas or dangers or, you know, he's
hung it. Oh no, he hasn't.
63.
But yeah, you know, he's made this look easy really, and it's not. So Sam Millers, bless him, hasn't really had the chance to get in there and show us what he's made of.
Yeah, he's had a couple of long pots that he missed by a reasonable distance. You know, they weren't easy, but I think at this
66.
level you've almost got to make sure that you do have them nailed. But we'll see. We'll see.
Here we go. The crowd are in throw. I'm surprised they didn't put masks on the crowd.
Well, there hasn't been an update since September on this game. So.
They should. They're just like, you know what, we're not going to update anything. No bug fixing, nothing. We're just going to put masks on all the crowd. Yep, it's looking good.
75.
Yeah, so it's going to be 1-0 MrDeano, and you know, Sam will be a little bit concerned at how Dino's playing, because I think earlier on, when Dino sort of ran out of position,
81.
He missed a sort of shot to nothing, didn't he? Maybe that was the one chance that Sam had getting back in, but it's only 1-0. There's still plenty of time to go in the match, but Dino will be very happy.
88.
Lovely clearance of 88 there.
Good trump.
Nice.
So here we go with frame 2 then.
Thank you. The second frame, Judd Trump to break.
And Dino will get to see what he breaks off like. I think Sam Millers went for the sort of thin one, whereas a lot of the players, certainly in the Snooker Club Discord, like to put the white near the brown and then swing this white around behind the green.
Yeah, this is the best break off I've seen. It's like, it's so simple and there's not a lot to do. Bring the white ball close to the brown, whichever side you're on, and just a little bit above 50%, 52, 53, and then it seems to go in the same spot every time. So
yeah, and you don't open the reds too much.
No.
Going for the old 2-cushion escape, I think that's too soft, and it could be an early chance for Dino if he fancies it, but a bit risky, I suppose.
I'd put him straight back, I think, if it was me.
Miss. Judd Trump.
I think particularly because if that cue ball was continuing on the same line, he might leave it to the middle pocket. So
yeah, if he takes the same path again, you've got a chance, I think, and he might, as you say, he might do another attempt at it, but be a little bit short again. No, he's with plenty of pace this time.
This
but he
looks
still
a lot
might leave
wider.
it. Oh, there we go. No,
Yeah,
he's
that's
fine.
good. Good shot.
Very good shot.
And I absolutely hate these sort of situations because I don't know where's particularly safe. I'd probably try and put it in the jaws of the pocket if the red doesn't pass the pink. But yeah, this is almost the problem. It encourages the roll up, that situation.
I don't think you can request a re-rack, can you?
No, I suppose you can concede, but he won't want to do that.
That's kind of mad that you can't request a re-rack.
Yeah,
it is one of the rules.
I mean, there was a point where you couldn't renominate what colour you wanted to play.
Oh my
so,
God.
you know,
how did they miss that?
and still, I think you should be able to play on and have a look at the table from eye level before you
commit to
putting them
playing,
back, or if I want to play on with a free ball, I'll have a look at them, and then if not, I'll go nah. Like the old snooker games had that feature, so there's no reason why they couldn't code it. It's just one of the things that I think people are annoyed about with this game, but I don't think it's necessarily that bad, really. But
well, I don't think I've ever seen Judd wear such pretty colours.
Yeah, much more colourful than his actual personality, but
he's been doing a bit of punditry.
Oh, no, don't get me started.
I think when he's actually talking about the game, and he gives you a bit of an insight to a different insight to what an Alan McManus could give you, or a Dennis Taylor, because he's so fresh in his mind what he's thinking.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, I think he was talking about Stuart Bingham, and he was like, he's going to be absolutely buzzing off that shot. And
wow.
I suppose that was a good shot. That was a brilliant shot.
I didn't
Ricky
know
Walden
that
himself
pass.
would have been pleased. Yeah. But snooker players are so emotionless when they're sitting there purposely because they don't want to give anything away. That this must be what Judd's thinking as he's sitting on his chair watching the other player pop balls, So it is quite interesting to hear him talk. But he does, he's just, I don't know, there's something about him. He's not the most excitable person in the world, is he?
No.
Bless him.
Well, I think I don't really like him, but I know he's got a lot of fans. So
I think that was a. Oh, look at that! Tried to make something from it.
Yeah,
bouncing off the top cushion, but
it was very ambitious. But 5 points on the board, play the first safety, which I think can sometimes be a nice advantage to have.
Yeah. Look at that! Wow, Ricky Walden's got good core strength.
I know. I seen Sean Murphy doing that in one of the matches I commentated on, and I don't think he's ever done that in his life.
No, I don't think he's ever planked.
Well, he missed
Ricky
it.
Walden 6.
Oh, there you go.
Judd Trump 4.
Now, some players would just go straight for the force retake here and hope for the 3 miss rule. I would force continue, I think, here.
Yeah, I think he's in a better. I think he missed it. I don't think he'd miss it again. But yeah, force continue. It's a much better white ball there.
I mean, it will still be the 3 miss rule if he goes on to miss this. So,
is that right? Is that
well, it's certainly in the game.
That's not how the rules were. That's a fresh shot, isn't it?
I'm not entirely. I do actually have the official rule book.
I'm sure it came up in one of the like the Gibraltar Open or something where it was a fresh shot, so it didn't count. Well, it's got to be the same shot 3 times.
I've got the WPBSA
fancy
rule
dancy.
book here. Let's have a little look.
Have a look at that.
While this
bit of bedtime reading, Joe.
Well, I haven't got round to reading it yet, but I'm sure it will be fascinating. Where's the miss rule? There we go. 21. Oh no, that's definitions. So we don't want the definitions.
Well, while Joe's looking at that, he's played
what a shot!
Fantastic safety shot there. Snookered him, which is tricky to do when there's this many reds on the table. So again, like the last frame, a battle of the safeties before somebody opens up. They're too scared to open it up for the other player at the moment.
Right, foul and a miss.
Yeah,
Here we go. The striker shall, to the best of their ability, endeavour to hit the ball on or a ball that could be on after a red, or a free ball nominated as a red, blah 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 blah. So this is about actually getting a miss. After a foul and a miss had been called under paragraph C, because we all know what paragraph C is.
Oh yeah.
I don't need to read that one. When there was a clear path in a straight line from the cue ball to a ball that was on, a second failure to hit a ball in making a stroke from the original position shall be called a foul and a miss regardless of the difference in scores. That's interesting.
So basically,
so does that mean,
if you can see the ball, you can call a miss if they miss it, no matter what.
I don't know whether that line was implying that even if it was snookers required, you would call it a miss.
I don't think you can. If the snookers required, there's no way you can call a miss. I think it just absolutely negates the fact that you can call a miss. Because calling a miss is accusing them of missing on purpose. That's the whole rule. So there is no reason for them to miss on purpose if they need snookers. So there's no reason to call a miss when if they need snookers.
Yeah.
It is the rule that ruins snooker.
Well, here's the warning bit. It says, in the event of a second failure, if asked to play again from the original position, the offender shall be warned by the referee that further result will end in forfeiting the frame. However, a frame cannot be awarded if a warning has not been issued. If the referee has not issued the warning, the striker will be warned at the first available opportunity. If asked to play from the position left, the foul and a miss sequence ends. So, there you go. Chinny with the knowledge there.
Well, when you play in a league, you have to ref the games as well that you don't play. So, and when you play, the West Midlands League is still quite popular. Not as popular as it was, but there used to be 7 divisions. There's only 5 now, but still, I think it's one of the most popular leagues in the UK. Because I think it's just because the West Midlands is so dense.
And that's not just intelligence. No,
it's dense. There's a lot of working class clubs and conservative clubs and Labour clubs in the West Mid. So for people that don't know, league snooker is you have a team of 5 players. You have 5 frames to play. Each player plays 1 frame, so it's the best of 5. And then when you're not playing, you have to. If you're playing at home, you have to ref the games. If you're playing away, you have to mark the games. And then some of the other leagues, you just ref and mark the game. But when you get to Division 2, that's where the miss rule starts to get in.
Okay.
And Division 3 and lower, you tend not to call it unless they can see it. Division 2, I think that's where we used to see the arguments for the miss rule, basically. There used to be arguments about, how can you call a miss, bloody... Stephen Hendry, what are you talking about? So,
I thought that was Toby coming in there.
Yeah. you did it because, it's so tricky, because you're accusing the person of missing on purpose when these club players can't miss on purpose, really. They're not, and it would be the thing that you dread in a match where you're snookered. You know they're going to call a miss, and you're like, I'm going to give 20 points away here. And I don't want to.
In real life, they do just call a miss generally, unless it's an incredibly difficult snooker to get out of.
Yeah,
almost
it's
impossible.
Rare, but it does happen. Yeah, I've seen a few YouTube clips where they don't call the miss.
Yeah. It's usually not the first miss. It's maybe the 3rd or 4th if it's a really difficult snooker.
Third one. They're just desperate and they're so close as well. If they're like a hair's breadth away from it, then they'll just stop. But in the sort of league snooker, the amateur leagues and stuff, they're a bit more lenient. Division 1, you can just forget it. They'll just call it because they all think they're professional in Division 1. But yeah.
Is that where Rhiannon Evans used to play? Is it?
Yeah. So she used to play for a club called Bagridge, which is in Gornal, and all of Rhiannon's family play snooker. So her brothers, I think she's got 2 brothers, played snooker. Her dad played snooker, and her mum played snooker as well.
Okay.
So it was just a snooker family, and we used to go to Bagridge, and it'd just be the Evanses basically. All of them would play, and she I never really spoke to her or anything like that. She was quite quiet really. Her brothers did all the talking and stuff. They were quite they were the chatty ones, and Rhiannon's the same age as me, so I don't know. It's that thing, isn't it? I suppose when you don't know somebody, you just don't talk to them. I guess when you're 15. And then she plays. I think she's still signed for a club called Sedgley Ex-Servicemen's, which is it's a very small snooker room, but I think she plays in there. And even Mark Allen, when they was going out, was signed up for him. And I think Maria Catalana as well. She's Ronnie's cousin.
Yeah,
plays for them. I've spoke to Maria a bit more than I have Rhiannon, but I wouldn't say I know them like best buds or anything like that.
Well, Rhiannon's going to be a professional next year. So.
Yeah, I saw that. The last time I went to the snooker hall, like every time I go to the snooker hall by me, Rhiannon's there because her face is on the front of the snooker hall. Like she's
so not necessarily there in person.
No, she's there. Yeah,
she is there. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were suggesting she was just watching you from a photo.
No. You pull up onto the snooker hall. They've got a poster like the home club for Rhiannon Evans, and then you go in and she's there. She sometimes she's in the match room. Sometimes I think one of the times I played, it was like last September or October. She was 2 tables away from me. I think she was sort of like with her son or something like that playing snooker.
Did she not ask for your autograph, Ginny?
I'm surprised she didn't really.
Great job on the commentary. Yeah.
I walked over, so I said, "Do you know who I am, by the way?" But I have played her like quite a few times and stuff, but she just doesn't. I'm sure I'm just another white man that she played in the league, so she doesn't recognise me.
Yeah,
but
you're
obviously
not the Ginny.
No, she stands out. Everybody remembers her because there's only like a few women that play in the snooker league. So it's there's not many. I tell you what, this is a slow frame. We are talking about anything here.
It is, yeah. I mean, Dino had a good chance there. I'm very surprised he missed that. And it'll remain to be seen how costly that could be, because if Sam gets in here and makes a decent break, he's in the match then.
That was a bad miss.
He missed it by quite a way as well.
Yeah.
This is where you wish there was a replay feature in Snooker 19, and no, I'm not going to do the editing for it. So.
No, I did last year. That's how crazy that was. I was doing replays and all sorts.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
There you go. And that's, to be honest, like, yeah, that was a decent pot, but that was a really bad miss from Dino. It was,
yeah.
So, I can't, I've got to give Dino a bit of a hard time here, and I know, I've spoke to Dino in real life, so I'm not sort of bitching about him or whatever, but like he that was a bad miss, and he should have got it. And what happens now really is you can't say he didn't have a chance, because wow, look at that.
Yeah, he'll be kicking himself about that, will Dino, because he knows that if he knocks that in, he could have been 2-0 up here, or at least putting in 30 or 40 and closing in on 2-0. But now Sam Millers has got a chance to get himself going here, and he's playing quite quickly, which is good to see. I think a lot of players do play quite slow. But no, this looks quite fluent. Obviously, not a lot to think about at the moment, but
no, I mean the black is so open, so that's like a huge plus. But the only downside is that the pink is 50 on the blue spot, but I can't imagine this being a big
I don't
issue.
mind the pink being on the blue spot. I think if the pink was down here, it's almost a bit of a nuisance around all those
Yeah,
reds.
it's right. Yeah, it can be. Yeah, it can be. He almost wants to
22.
hold that red on that pink spot for as long as he can.
Yeah,
if he
I think
fancies
if he
this
can
tail,
cherry pick the ones around it and keep the
which
red
is totally possible.
on the
Like
pink spot.
he's got, before those reds around the pink spot, he's got a potential 5 balls to pop before he gets to those.
Yeah,
23.
And even if you include the one on the very, very tight to the cush, 6. So, he could. This is frame winning chance really. We'll see. Well, I'm not sure how I rate Ricky Walden in real life as a player, Joe. I don't really see him much.
Not these days, but he's one of my favourite players to watch. Actually, I think he's.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I think sort of 6-7 years
31.
ago he was a real top player, winning a few tournaments, and but nowadays he's one of those players that seems to have just dropped out of the 32, like Ryan Day or Luca Brissell. He's done that as well.
I'm shocked Luca hasn't done better because he showed like
38
potential, but I always liked Anthony McGill.
Mm.
And I know he's not in it now, but I've always sort of fancied him to do well because he's just got the right sort of attitude to the game, and he just looks like he fits well at the Crucible, and when in the pressured moments and stuff. But yeah, I thought Luca would do better than he has done. But hey, what can you do? No,
it's one of them things, though. You can get into a bit of a rut with it, and if you start losing to players that are
46.
ranked around you, they're just gonna go above you in the rankings, and you're gonna get harder opponents next time. And I think that's what's happened to Luca. Really, I mean, he was playing Stuart Bingham in the qualifiers this year, and that's a ridiculously hard match in the qualifiers.
I can't believe Bingham had to qualify this year.
Yeah,
That's mad.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He only won it like 6 years ago, didn't he? So
No, he's just had a couple of bad years and dropped out of the top 16. So, but it's happened to Neil Robertson a few years ago.
He got didn't he get addicted to like video games and stuff? That's what I heard about him.
And then he's come back and he's number 3 in the world
now. Yeah.
Ding obviously dropped out of the top 16 a couple of years ago.
You know what?
So.
I don't think it's Ding that frustrates me. It's the hype around Ding's reward that frustrates me. Like he's going to be the Chinese player that absolutely swoops in and dominates everything, and he always bottles it every time. Now, I'm saying this with the caveat, like obviously he's brilliant. No, he's not, is he? No, I mean they're all brilliant. Like I don't want to sit here and go I'm better than them or whatever. They're all fantastic players, but Ding just gets so much hype. Like this is the one. This is the Chinese invasion that they all talk about. With snooker.
62,
and he just doesn't do it. And I don't know whether it's because he's homesick a lot of the time, or he just gets treated like a god when he goes back home and he's got a Ferrari and everybody loves him, so he doesn't really try that hard. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, particularly against Ronnie, he just crumbles against Ronnie. But I think certainly he's past his best now, and I'd be very surprised if he won any big tournaments.
63.
Again.
I think he had his chance when he lost to Selby, didn't he? I think.
Yeah. I mean, he qualified that year. That was the year he qualified for the Crucible. So.
Jeez.
So Bingham could potentially do that this year, get to the final after qualifying. But is this pink gonna reach?
Ooh,
is this pink
Ricky
gonna
Walden.
reach?
Ricky Walden.
Well, it did. I mean, I don't know how that reached. It didn't seem to, but that was
they must have ironed the cloth before they came on.
In front.
Yeah.
So
they must have brushed it well.
yeah, he must have put a nice finger mark there just to lead it into the pocket, but that was frame ball, so
nice.
70.
This has been nice from Sam Millers. I mean, this 70 break, he's made it in no time at all, really. And
That's it.
I think Dino will be really kicking himself because it all came from that pretty routine
77.
long red that he
Yeah.
missed by quite some distance.
Amazing, yeah. I don't know if you missed the Powerball. I wasn't sure.
I don't think he did. I just think he lined it up wrong. I mean, when he was lining it up, I thought this looks a little bit off, but it's easy to say
78.
after
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact. But yeah, he didn't even get it in the jaws, and that's a long way away for somebody of Dino's class. And well,
this should be Dino's
gutted.
break, really. Like,
Yeah,
this is this must be sickening.
84.
Dino,
Well,
but-
exactly, and it looks like it could be century number 4 for Sam Millers here. I don't see what can stop him doing it, unless he did a Tommy Triangle on that shot, but no. No luck there.
Oh,
I
poor
don't know if
Tommy.
you watched the very first match of the tournament, Chinny, the Sperrin versus the Don's Magician.
I'm not sure. No, I don't think I'd watched that one.
Well, there was a Tommy Triangle V2 moment in that
dear.
match where the
92.
Don's Magician was 1-0 up and the black was literally in the pocket.
No.
The final black, and he bashes it in with screw back and it screws into the left middle pocket.
93.
He would have been through, and then he loses the decider.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah, no, it was, and I had Tommy Triangle in the comms box with me,
100.
so that was.
Wow.
He said it made him feel a lot better. So.
Bless him. You gotta love Tommy though.
But there's the century ton up for Sam Millers, and he could be on for equaling his own high break of 135 here.
Wow.
Well, no, he's not. He's
No,
not on the
yeah.
black, so. But he's already had a 131 and a 123
101.
as well as that 135. So this is going to be another
Dangerous.
big one.
Dangerous player.
And this is the thing, I think, him versus Halborn, if that was the final, we could potentially see 9 century breaks in 9 frames.
Yeah.
That's how
be
good they
nuts.
are. Obviously there's a long way to go in this match yet, and
103.
Dino may well come out and bring a century of his own. He had an 88 in the first frame, so there's no reason why not. But
105.
Sam's looks very, very good here.
Yeah, but a good cue ball control here. I know he played a couple of shots where he played it really slow, which I don't like. But he's sort of trusting the stun on the ball as well.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. It was easy that yellow. Then it was easy to sort of roll those.
Well,
shots
I
in
mean,
on
look
Snooker
at that.
19,
He's
but-
played that with right hand side to get onto
perfect.
the brown. Okay, the frame's over. He's got
108.
the century. It doesn't matter, but that just shows an extra level of control for me.
Yeah. It's exactly.
And
what
it just
you
gives
do.
you more confidence, doesn't it? When you've got the cue ball on a string and you can make it do what you want.
120.
Oh, yeah.
You can play any shot on the table. Whereas if you're relying on just rolling it in all the time, you can come a bit unstuck when you need to stick a load of bottom and left hand side on the ball, for instance.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, that's a
117.
nicely judged shot, and he'll play this with top and left hand side here to get back onto the black. I think either that or bottom and right hand side and swing it round the table. It depends how he feels. He's going for the swing round the table. Here it comes, and this
like
is
it.
inch perfect, Shinny.
I
Look
like
at
it.
this.
I like it.
What
Yeah.
a shot that is.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
123.
No, that was good. So, looks like 130 break for Sam Millers, his 4th ton of the competition, his 3rd break over 130. And he's back in the match. Dino will be kicking
150.
himself,
And the
but
frame,
it's 1 frame
Ricky
apiece.
Walden.
Wow.
Thank you. The 3rd frame.
Oh,
Big
Ricky
frame
Walden
coming up
himself.
today.
I bet Ricky's going to be watching this, going, "Well,
Yeah.
what could
If
be?"
only I could play like that. But I mean, this is a huge frame now. He's gone for the thin break off, and
Yeah.
good job that he's got the cue ball onto the
He kicks
ball
a red out
cushion.
though. That thin break off. I don't like it. Like, so he kicks that red out, and yeah, I don't know.
But he's covered it, and Dino has to get this safe now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a roll up here.
I'd be tempted, or just to hit the pack from the back.
Well, I think he's playing the little thin one and trying to cover that red with the black on the top cushion.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Just hit the power bar there. It looks a
Just
little
realised
pacey
that
though.
just realised that the camera crew are not in the Crucible. I don't know who's filming this.
No, it's new technology.
Oh,
Drones.
is it? Drones, is it?
Invisible drones.
Wow.
Filming this. Yeah. Well, I haven't spotted Hazel in the audience yet. I don't know.
She's about. She's about. Yeah, she's about. I don't think there's a SEMA or anything though.
No, there's no SEMA model. Or Radzi.
Radzi. Hench Radzi. He can't hold the cue, just break it off.
Well, I mean, he could go in off here, Dino. He's got to be very careful.
Dangerous.
If he hits this too hard.
There you go.
It's okay. A little bit for Sam to think about here. And I wonder whether Sam will just play the roll up again. You don't really want to be playing these thick because you'll just bring reds into play. I think in real life you'd probably play the thick safety, try and get the cue ball up behind the brown somewhere, and open the reds up a little bit, put a bit of pressure on your opponent. But I'm a fan of that shot. Not many players would have played it like that, but I like that. And now Dino's got virtually the same shot.
Yeah, I don't think he's going for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, he is, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Chinny. I'd almost be quite tempted in having a go at one of them reds into the right middle pocket.
Having a pop.
And because, if you play it soft, the cue ball's going to come into the jaws of these pockets anyway, so you're not going to leave it. But no, he's just decided to play a similar shot to Sam, and I'm intrigued how this one's going to go. You have a feeling whoever wins this frame may well go on and clinch it.
Yeah.
Would you be tempted by the double here, Chinny, or not?
Well, yeah, I think so, and just sort of leave the white underneath the black. I mean, the problem with doubles is it's always a gamble. You never know where that red's going to end up, really. But it's tough because sometimes you try and force things to happen and they don't happen. Yeah, he's gone for the shot that I said.
Play it.
The cue ball sort of
got away with
it. Wild, yeah. He's a bit loose with that cue ball there, which is the opposite of how he played on the last frame. But I think he's just trying to make something happen here. I think he feels like he's got into a bit of a roll in that last frame, and he wants to keep that momentum. And
yeah,
it looks like Dino's doing a bit of a Selby here and just trying to stop him in his tracks a little bit.
There's a little shot here, if you can judge it, where if you get the cue ball on the same line as the red here and get it on the ball cushion, you'll cover those reds. But you've just got to be a bit careful of where the red you're playing is going. I think that's what he's looking at.
What, leave the red ball on the ball cushion?
No, leave the white on the ball cushion
and
cover the reds on the right hand side. It just all depends where that red's going to finish.
The red goes.
Be a very risky shot after the one he missed in the last frame.
He's looking for angles.
He's just going to play the roll up, is he? No, he's back looking at it.
He doesn't know what he's doing. I think is he going to do that shot you were talking about? I think he's just going to play it straight and leave the white on the top push.
Yeah, I think this is risky because you could leave one of these two reds if you hit it too soft. I was thinking, run it through a little bit, get the cue ball behind the brown, and the red. Well, you just have to take the plant double, Chinny.
Yeah. That's high tariff for me.
He's in about 4 different minds here about what to play, and he's just played a bit of a nothing shot in the end. Just leave it up to Sam. Now, will Sam come round to have a look and see whether this goes?
I don't think so. Judging, I don't know. I feel like he's going to be a bit more cautious on this one. I mean, I don't know the guy, but from what he tries to make some stuff happen, but he doesn't look like he goes for anything too silly. I think that red in the corner pocket at the top there is too silly, too crazy of a shot.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But
interestingly, if you get this cue ball more towards the corner pocket, you might be more tempted to play it.
Yeah.
Dino's left with almost the same type of shot that he just spent about 2 minutes thinking about.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get a very similar shot.
He's looking at this red again, though.
He likes it.
He likes the sort of idea of getting the cue ball in behind the green, in behind the brown area.
Yeah.
You've just got to be so careful with where this red ends up. Because it could end up in the middle of the table and you leave it on. But if he gets this right, this could be a really telling safety shot. That's the only reason I would have been tempted by it. But here we go. Oh, he's hit the brown. Where's the red going?
Oh my god! Has he? The brown
he's
might
got away with it. He had.
Wow.
Well.
Played for, I think. Played for.
And the audience appreciated that one. But well, Sam has got a lot to think about here. I mean, he might be able to swing this back around to almost where the white is now if you hit off the reds on the left hand side of the pack. I think. Oh no, he's just rolling this.
It's a steady one again, isn't it,
It's
Joe?
gonna reach. Yeah. But as we've seen, once the players are in, they can win a frame in one visit.
That's it.
And that's why it is so tight, I think. Oh, Dino's taking a risk here if he's gonna try and come thin off this red and in behind the brown.
So did you say, Joe, you've been chomping at the bit to play real snooker again?
Yes, no, definitely. I don't think I've played since the pandemic hit. Actually, I haven't ventured into a snooker club. So
you didn't go in last year?
No.
Wow.
Well, February last year before.
Wow.
Pandemic, yeah. But,
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, May
because obviously,
17th.
My uncle, who I usually play snooker with, he's still in the northeast. So,
okay.
I've only been up to the northeast, I think twice since last Feb. So,
yeah.
Just haven't got round to it, but yeah, no, I'm desperate to go. I'm moving house soon, and that's a lot nearer a local snooker club. So I think even if I just go myself.
Yeah, well, I do that a lot, but the problem is there's a club by me and then a snooker hall by me. But if I go into the club, it's hard to practice on your own because people start knowing who you are and they go, "Oh, you're not frame," and you're like, "Well, you don't want to say no."
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was a bad shot.
He missed the power bar there. That was the first time I've really seen him miss the power bar this match, and he's left a bit of a glorious opportunity here. I'd maybe be tempted to play the third red from the right here and go smashing into the reds here. Because they're all fairly easy pots.
Yeah, they're very similar, I suppose. The only problem with going
he's playing
into
the middle.
Yeah.
And well, look at that. Look at the split he's got. And that's almost identical to the shot he played in the last frame.
Yeah, that's really good stuff there. I'm impressed by that because he played it. He didn't play the red that you were talking about, Joel, but he played the red that gave him the maximum amount of chance to split the reds, but also brought him back up into the bulk. And I didn't see that, but yeah, that was a great shot, I think.
Yeah, now his colour's a bit interesting. The pink's tough. The yellow into the middle, very tough. But no other options really. Yellow into the corner maybe. Oh, I didn't expect to see that.
I didn't know you were doing naughty snooker, Joe.
Ricky Walden won.
Well, it's the name of the game.
It is.
But wow, I didn't expect to see the roll up there. I must admit, I thought he played, but Dino is in a lot of trouble here. This is so tough to get safe. Well, you're not going to get safe by playing into the yellow Dino.
Has he just fallen over? Right, okay.
I think he's chucked his controller halfway across the room after that. I don't really know what he's playing here. This is surely going to just go straight into the middle of these reds.
Well, it looks like he's going to hit the green there.
Yeah.
He's not looking at it, is it? I don't know what's he doing here. So really, what you want to look at is reds that are by cushions. Is the first thing that our eyes start to look at when in this position.
The only thing I can think he's doing here is trying to hit that red just below the black spot.
Or the one next to that one, I think.
Yeah. Any of them would be fine. I mean, it's 3 cushions, but the cushions on Snooker 19 seem to slide a lot, so
yeah,
these are so tough to judge, but
I think he needs to be a bit more narrower.
I think he needs to hit it harder. Now, this is how just harder than what you would for a 2 cushion into the back of the pack. I think the cushion's going to take a lot of pace out of this.
I think he's going to get... I don't think he's going to get close with this.
I mean, it's so tough. And, you know that if you leave one, you're probably going to have played your last shot of the frame, but...
You need to play the first shot as a bit of a taster, so you want to try and not leave them on, but find out where the white's going. Just take the 4 points loss and just go like, well... Where is this cue ball going to go? He's hit
the red, but he's left them all on. I think he just needed to slide past that red, and it would have been almost perfect. So it was a good idea, but
he's only left the one on, I think, hasn't he? Or is
I think there might be one into the left middle as well. So
oh yeah.
I don't know if this red passes the black. That's the first protocol, but yeah.
He's not left as much as you think.
No. I think it is, as much as the reds are spread, they're not the easiest reds to get on, especially with where the black is at the minute. And I think maybe once the black's back on its spot, it won't go into the right corner. It might go into the left corner, but we'll see how Sam goes about this. I would suggest he's not on anything easy, because he took a little while over that, but that's a good pot.
Look at that. Yeah.
Suppose he's got the brown, and that sort of line of 4 reds is any one of them you would like to be on.
Yeah. He's just got to get the cue ball sort of just on the right side as we look at it of the blue. Anywhere around there. There you go. That'll do.
Yeah, that'll do nicely.
5.
And then you just got that line of reds, as you say, Joe. Just asking for it. Now he can pick and choose his angles, right?
He can, yeah. And, I think I'd be wanting to get rid of the 2 reds near the black spot just to try and open things up a bit. But you can almost think too much about that and forget to actually pot the reds. But one good positional shot here, and I think he's on. I mean, he's played for the black here. I think it's too early to play for the black. Just because I don't
look at it. It's just got a gang of reds around it, unfortunately.
I think you needed to pick those off before playing the black. But hey, he can see the angle much differently to what we can. Maybe the black does go into both corner pockets, and it just doesn't look like it from here. We'll see. Ooh, it nearly overcut that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
13.
Maybe it does. Certainly goes into the left corner pocket, but we'll see how he goes about this. We've seen his capabilities in the last frame with that wonderful break of 130, and he's played up for the pink now.
14.
Yeah, and if you can get this frame, Joe, as you said earlier, this is big. Really, it's worrying when the opponent is 1 frame away from clinching it.
Yeah, and I think particularly with how the last two frames will have gone if Sam clears up here, of course that missed red from Dino will live long in the memory, really, I think. But again, this is just about going to reach. I mean, unbelievable.
I don't like it, Joe. I don't like this trend of just
21.
Just rolling the ball in. It's
Yeah. I know in Halborn's most recent tutorial series, he talked about, putting the minimum amount of power on so that it reaches the pocket, but I just think,
28.
Leaving yourself open. I mean, he's made a mess of that. This is a tough shot coming up here to keep the break going.
bottom left corner pocket, is it?
Yeah, and these are horrible though.
You can play it as you might be
difficulty.
able to play it as a shot to nothing. You can miss that red.
I don't think he can miss the black on the way back up. Oh no! Oh, he's missed the red.
He
Well,
missed it. Yeah, so that's why he missed it. Maybe he had his eye on where the cue ball was going too much.
Ricky Walden, 28.
and now Dino, this is your chance to
This is what he needs.
reassert your authority here.
Yeah, he needs this. This is a big moment now. This is for him to go like, right. He hasn't made many mistakes, Sam. So to punish him when he has made one is vital, absolutely vital.
Yeah, yeah. Because that was a bit of a loose shot. He tried to bring the reds into play, but I just think playing the black as early as he did almost put a nail in his coffin of that break. Really,
Yeah,
it just
maybe.
made things a little bit awkward. But well, I mean, Dino couldn't ask for a better chance than this. You've got those 5 reds that are in a line. If you can pick those off one by one, bring the pink into play a little bit. This could be glorious, but he's just taking a little bit of time over this, and I think he's trying to cannon into the red to the right of the black, but it doesn't seem the right shot here, I must admit.
He's really slowed down, hasn't he, Dino? He's
I think he's just overthinking it. I
Yeah,
thought he was
that's what
going
I'm
to
worried
look at the
about.
green there. I thought,
yeah.
but
I
no,
think you can
I think
sometimes.
you just screw this back a little bit. You've got 5 reds to play on almost.
Yeah.
If it goes back too far, you could play a red up into the yellow pocket on this side cushion if you really need to. So
he's playing the reverse side here. So
yeah,
I think I mean, he'll get a shot. The 2 reds close on the left here.
yeah.
If he plays this right, he'll get those 2 in the bottom left corner. But he's not gonna get. Oh no, he's just played.
He's on it to the right middle. I can't say he played
8.
that.
No, I think he was playing what I was saying.
Yeah, playing into the sort of area just above the pink spot, where just below the blue spot. And
The thing is, he overcomplicated there because all he needed to do really was screw back, and he'd be in the same position he is now. Really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he just needs to relax. He knows this is a moment, and he has a bit of an angle here to do something.
He does. He's got to go into those 2 reds, and this could go a little bit wrong here, because although those reds are beautifully placed for the left corner pocket, they're all covering each other for the left middle. So
The saving grace is that red on the left of the pink there. He's got that for the middle if he goes.
he's missed the black.
So
well,
hard.
I mean, it says a lot. We weren't even looking at how he'd lined up the black there. We were all about the cannon, and Dino will be seething now because that is 2 glorious opportunities he's messed up in the last 2 frames, and just very surprising misses. But I suppose that's the pressure that Sam's put on him. Coming into this match, Sam had made 3 centuries, as I keep going on about, and then he's made a century in the first frame of this, his first winning frame of this match. So
yeah,
just huge pressure. That's all I can put it down to.
he's just took his eye off the shot. The most important thing, and very much again like similar, like credit to Snooker 19, like real snooker. You think about that cue ball too much. The most important thing is potting the ball. No matter what, you've got to pot the ball, and you can just take your eye off it sometimes and just worry about where that cue ball's going. You've got to almost think backwards and worry about the cue ball, worry about that, and then once you've made your decision, just commit and just go, right, okay, I just have to pop the ball now. I know what I'm doing.
You know, you need a clear mind when you're playing your shot, that it's the right shot. You don't want to be thinking, oh, well, what about this, what about that? So, you know, if you are going to take that long on it, make sure you are 100% committed to the shot, as you say, because if you're not, that's when things start to go wrong, and that's what went wrong with his reverse side shot. He was in so many different minds of where he wanted to be. He sort of quickly decided on one and just played it, and it went slightly wrong, and I think that was where it sort of begun to end. But that was a lovely
16.
little cannon from Sam, and he's already 36 points in front here, so 3 reds, 3 colours, and that'll be easily enough to take the lead in this match. And I think it'll take a lot for Dino
17.
to come back from these last 2 frames. But the job's not done yet.
No, he's still got stuff to do, and I don't know. I've got confidence in what I've seen of Sam play today. I've got confidence that he's going to do.
Yeah, I think this is the time for one of those very gentle shots here. You just want to leave the cue ball just left of the black spot here, and you've got an option of 2 or 3 reds.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a time and a place for a shot that's, you know, dead weight, just reaches the pocket. But from what I've seen of these commentaries, like, it's very popular these days. And it's...
Well, he took a risk there playing the cannon. It could have went wrong, but it's
24.
gone. It's gone well.
It's gone all right, yeah.
44 points the lead.
25.
So, red, black,
I mean,
red, and that'll be curtains in this frame for Dino.
You'd take this opportunity all day, wouldn't you, Joe? If it was one of us, I think, you know, we'd be like.
Well, I think we'd
like
be happy scoring a black and a red from here. But
all comes down to nerves and bottle.
Yeah, I think Sam's going to play the stun here, and it could go wrong. I'd personally just be dropping it in and playing for the red into the right middle. I think that's more certain.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well, he's
gone in no man's land.
You're a fan of the cutbacks into the middle on this game, Chinny, aren't you?
Yeah. I always fancy those. Yeah, I don't know why. I think just everybody's a bit like that, where there's shots that you prefer and shots that you don't. And,
I don't like a high black on this game, but I know a lot of people prefer high blacks to low blacks. And it's just weird. It's just like real snooker. You've got the psychology. I didn't know that red went, but it did, and that was frame ball for Sam.
Beautiful.
And
33.
That's, made the one mistake, and he wasn't punished for it, so he'll be feeling brilliant inside right now. I think that's another thing, just like real snooker, if you're not punished for your mistakes, you almost have an even
35.
bigger air of confidence that you're going to win.
And Dino was punished for his mistake as well, wasn't he? He was brutally punished for it, so it's wounded him a bit, whereas if he'd have done the same back to Sam, I would be saying, well, if he wins this, it's not the end of the world. But the fact that Sam has made a mistake and still prospered, I'm tipping my hat towards Sam winning this now, just because he's got a bit of confidence, momentum. Dino's shown that he's sort of bottled 43. It a little bit, and he's a good player, Dino, and I'm impressed by what he's done so far. But yeah, I think, as you say, Sam's got those century breaks under him. He's good momentum.
Yeah. But 44. Dino is quality. He can come out and knock in 2 centuries now and make us eat our words. But just the way the match is going at the moment, the way the confidence, the momentum, you don't see that happening right now. But hey, it doesn't mean it can't
50.
happen. Another half century for Sam-Millers here. He can't make a ton here, but he'll be wanting to pot them all. He hasn't quite managed it. Is Dino going to concede? Surely, you would think, unless he wants to get a bit of rhythm going
50.
Before the decider. Nope.
No.
He is conceding, so Sam-Millers just 1 frame away from the semi-finals here.
Thank you, the 4th frame. Judd Trump to break.
What type of break are we going to get here?
Oh,
Oh, right, okay.
popping the blue in the far right corner.
Who's going to smack the pack from the back?
No, we've not seen anybody go for the Mark Williams star break off in this tournament yet. There's still time, but
Oh, yeah.
well, Dino's played a lovely break off again.
Look at that.
and that's the thing, you know, as you said, but if you play the same break off time and time again, you can just rely on it.
Yeah.
I think the top players have got that nailed now. You know, Rainey, J, Page, Halborn, Dino, Sperrin. You know, all of those players are consistently playing that same break off and getting it rope. I thought he'd had enough, but no. There's a weird glitch where it freezes online, and you got to sort of smash the options button, and it seems to fix it. Don't really know why, but that's why Dino just fixed it there, and we didn't actually see Sam Miller's escape.
So what do you? Because I've had that online. What do? You press the.
You just keep mashing the options button.
Right.
And it seems to unfreeze it, so...
Okay.
As I say, no idea why that works, or why...
That's fairly new as well. That didn't used to happen, did it?
No. I assume it's
I've
just the age of the servers or something. Maybe they've gone a bit dodgy, but... you know, the servers have never been perfect for Snooker 19,
No.
let's be honest.
I'll tell you what, every frame has had a right safety battle at the start as well. Both players they've played really well on the safety. It's just that, you know, Sam makes 9 out of 10. He makes mistakes 1 time out of 10, whereas Dino, it feels like he's making mistakes 2 times out of 10. You know, that's the difference, really. It's just...
And I mean, even in the first frame, Dino needed 2 chances to clinch that, and you know, I think it was a big statement of intent that Sam knocked in that 130 just so effortlessly in the second frame. And well, whoever wins this match from here, I think, becomes a big contender for the whole tournament for me. You know, if Dino pulls it out of here,
oh yeah, that'd be crazy. And he can still do it.
He can, you know, we're talking as if Dino's already out. No, he's not. You know, 2 frames on the spin and he's through, but this isn't good. And that's the problem that you were talking about, Chinny, when you play red into the pack, one can spring out, and that one has done. And while Sam's got a chance here, a chance to win the match, and you know, we were saying this last year a lot in commentary, when you've got a chance to win the match, you just sort of go for anything you can see, really, especially when you've got a 1 frame cushion. So here we go. Wants the half ball black, doesn't quite get it.
He's a bit straight.
1.
He's okay though. I mean, he can just bring it back on and play that red in the top right corner. Obviously, in real snooker that would be a no-no, but you could do that. And he's got the red above the black. Yeah, he had more of an angle than I thought, actually. So.
I mean, there's 4 loose reds here that you can play on.
Yeah.
Would you be tempted to get onto that red just loose from the right of the pack and play into the side with lots of top spin when potting?
I don't generally like to play into the pack on a red. I just think it's too dangerous. But it depends, really. I suppose if I'm on a bit of a roll,
the perfect angle here is the problem to get onto that red. If it goes, I mean, maybe it doesn't go, but
I think, I'd go for the red probably, but I don't think I'd go into the pack unless I've got just an angle to just sort of cannon into the pack and come back out. But I don't think I'll go full force into them. He's going to. I don't think he really had the.
I think he's got one though. I think that was one that's come out to the left corner.
16.
But I think he played that shot with the intention of it just exploding the pack, and
he just didn't have the angle for that from there. You need to have the angle so that you can have enough pace on the cue ball to go into them. If you're too straight, it kills all
17.
of the pace from the white. But this is perfect. You just want to stun into these reds, and the white will go off to the right hand side. I wouldn't be screwing into them because you never know where the cue ball can go. But
yeah, the way the reds are, it might send the white down. But no, he
did screw into them, and that's why I don't like that shot, because you can
24.
arc away and not go into them as much as you want. But he's got a couple of reds out.
Yeah, that's all right. I think that's all right. He actually didn't screw into the ball that much, which actually worked out quite well. But no, this is okay.
I mean, it's a great opportunity. He's already on 25, and well, this will be the fourth red, fourth black. It's a little bit early to be talking about anything beginning with a 1 and ending in a 7, but if anyone can do it, I would suggest Sam can do it. And that's a beautiful positional shot. What a shot that was.
That's nice.
32.
Perfect. And that's the difference for me.
Yeah.
You know, when you're playing off cushions and you're confident with it, you can put the cue ball wherever you want. And I think you lose that confidence the more you just roll it in. He's not going for the 147, should he?
No, I don't blame him, to be honest.
No, neither do I. But
they're just nice to see. But
if he dropped that red into the right corner, that would have been a decent chance, to be fair. But
yeah, they're not easy to do. Even on Snooker 19, they are tough.
There has been a
38.
few 147s on Master Plus since last year's championship. I know Rainey's got one, and Calborn did as well.
Yeah, they're tough.
But they're pretty rare, to say the least.
Definitely.
I'll tell you what, Chinny, I managed to get the fabled 155 on
Did
Master
you really?
difficulty.
39.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sean Murphy missed the pack on the break off in one of my careers and mode videos.
On Master
left a
Plus?
free ball.
Was it on Master Plus, Joe?
No, Master. Just
Master.
normal,
All right, okay.
Yeah, no, not Master Plus. Not that good.
Well, that's still impressive, though.
But yeah, no, it was good. It'll probably never happen again. You just very rarely get into the position where that could ever happen. So
No, yeah.
Just went for everything. But Sam Millers about to go 46 in front here. He's just taking an extra second working out what he's going to play in.
I still don't know what he's going to play. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a bit surprised he played that, but hey, if he's got a pot on it, you can't really criticise him. But he is going to have to go into this pack at some point.
He's going to have to play a couple of good shots soon. They talk about it a lot on the TV, but in every break there are about 2 or 3 key shots.
46.
And key shots are just those shots that make the difference between you making a century or winning the frame and knocking in a 40. So
there's a lovely angle on the. I was going to say on the brown to go into the side of that pack, and that's just asking for it.
49.
He just decided to take the extra red, and I kind of don't blame him at this point. Maybe he feels if he gets, well, let's say 57 points in front, he doesn't fancy Dino to bring it back from there, at least in one chance. So why not get as many points on the board as he can?
He plays for the black here, but
he's on it. This is a good chance to go into the reds. It'll be interesting to see how much pace he plays it with.
He could have played low on the pink and got on that one loose red. I don't know, but maybe it's just
whether it goes, and it looks like it does from here, but I think it's always so difficult to tell. He's playing the pink into the pack.
Wow, look at that.
Well, he's got a couple out. He very nearly missed the pack altogether there.
56.
But he's got it. He's 2 reds, 2 colours away from winning this match.
Yeah, this is looking like a good chance for
57.
Sam. I'm very impressed with him, but I can't see him sort of losing this one now. That cluster of reds is still tough though. I don't know. He's going into him again here. It's a good shot.
Yeah, I think I would have just played the black there and gone to the red into the left corner. But hey, he's
playing very
he's
positive
on red,
though, isn't he?
So.
He's very, very positive play. He's not shying away from any big shots or anything like that. He's just kicking them out when he can. And yeah, that extra red that he's got out there, that might make
64
a big difference in winning this frame or not.
Yeah, no, it will do, because this pink will be enough to win the frame, or black. But you always like to put the next red as well, to keep your opponent in the seat. But I don't think Dino's going to get another shot in this year's Community World Championship, and I think he'll be disappointed. I think Dino had his chances. Certainly in frames 2 and 3 he had chances and didn't take them, and he's been punished here. And maybe the scoreline flatters Sam a little bit at 3-1, but if he knocks another century in here, then fair play.
78.
Yeah, I think Dino will be disappointed. He's a better player than 3-1, I think.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's one of the top 4 players
79
in the Snooker Club Discord, and I think they're one of the best group of players that you'll ever find in there, and he's consistently getting to the semi-final, the finals of tournaments, and he'll be a little bit disappointed. But hey, he's come up against Sam today, who, as one of the unseeded players in this tournament, could have come up against anybody, and it has got to be one of the big favourites for the tournament now.
I'd say so now, yeah, definitely.
It looks like he's going to get his 2nd century of the match, 5th century of the tournament, and in only winning 7 frames to do that's very impressive. That's a very good strike rate.
Who would Sam play?
93.
If he gets through this one.
Let me just check the tournament tree. So he would be playing Halborn or Big Mac in the semi-final. Okay. So that could be a huge match, that one. Best of 7, that would be. I know Big Mac's had a good tournament as well. He's knocked in some century breaks, so he's going to be a tough player for Halborn in the quarter-final. But wow, I mean, there's another century for you.
101.
Look at that.
And if he knocks all these in, it would be 136, which would be the new high break for the tournament. So
exciting.
Yeah, this has been very, very impressive. And I'm struggling to see somebody that's going to beat Sam in this form. I know, the second frame that he won, frame 3, he made that one mistake, but other than that, I don't think he's really done anything wrong, other than a couple of missed long reds in the first frame, which can happen to anybody.
109.
His cue ball control is so good.
Yeah, he's playing the shots that you would play in real life, and I think if you can pull that off, then that is such a great asset to have.
Yeah,
111.
A lot of these good players can pot themselves out of danger quite a lot of the time, whereas Sam he's giving himself a lot of easy shots here.
Yeah,
because his cue ball control's so good. So yeah, I'm well impressed. He's just putting like a bit of run inside here, and
you fancy a best of 35 with him?
Yeah, I don't think I'd.
Maybe if me and you play against Sam, we might get 8 frames. But
maybe if me and you and then minus me would do that, I'd do it. I think
180.
Yeah,
no, this has been terrific to watch. I mean, it's been a good match. We've had good safety battles.
Is this the 136?
Yeah,
is he on for the 136?
He is. He's on for it. The pink and black will be the 136, which will be his own high break again.
Look at that!
Wow. I mean, all this tournament is missing so far is a 140 break, but you wouldn't put it past Sam to get that. I mean, early on in this break, we were talking about a possible maxi. But what a terrific break of 136 from Sam Millers. Is another highest break in this tournament. He's going for that £50 PSN voucher, all right. And he's put out one of the top players from the snooker club, MrDeano, by 3 frames to 1. Wow.
Well, that's a shock. Yeah.
It is a shock. I thought maybe it would go to a decider, but
yeah, I just think, especially in that one of those last frames there, Dino was just thinking about his shots a little bit too much. I don't know if what it was, panicking or just overthinking things, and it just give you a little bit of an insight to how he was thinking and feeling during that frame. And I feel like he felt the pressure a bit more than what Sam did, and Sam just played his usual game, and it came through.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more with you, really. I think Dino will be a little bit disappointed thinking what could have been if he'd knocked in a couple of those reds in frame 2. Because if Dino went 2-0 up, I'd have been very surprised if Sam could get 3 frames on the trot from there. But, well, I guess we'll never know. But that's snooker at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and, Sam very much punished Dino for his mistakes, and it wasn't reciprocated, and that's why Sam is through. But 2 fabulous century breaks, and that's some of the best snooker I've commentated on in this tournament, actually, and that's seriously good. And I can't wait to see him versus Big Mac or Halborn, particularly Halborn. We know what Halborn is capable of. If Halborn gets through that, I think myself and you should be on that match, and we'll be on it like a hawk. But
yeah. I mean, I love Halborn. I love Lee. I spoke to him and stuff, but I'm still bitter from when he beat me. So
yeah, I mean, best of 7 in the next round as well. So that that's going to be an absolute cracker if whoever he plays. I think what we've got left in the competition are a lot of attacking players, and then you've got J Page, who is quite he's like the Selby of the snooker 19 world for me. He's very, very good at stealing frames. He's good with the safety play. He's very safe with the sort of shots he plays. But well, that's all for next time, I suppose. But it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you again, Chinny, and an hour and a half of really high quality virtual snooker there. And I can't wait for the next one.
Brilliant. Well,
any final thoughts?
No, well, just thanks for having me on, and it's I'm glad that the community's still at large, and Sam's one to watch, I think. So thanks, Joe.
Yeah, we may have just witnessed a champion in the making, but thanks very much, Chinny, and thank you to everybody at home who has been supporting the competition. We're at the quarter-final stage now, of course, and not many more matches to go. The final will be on Saturday. Will Sam be in there, or will his next opponent catch him out? Well, you'll have to find out in the next videos to come. But thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, there we go.